What's that based on? Your fingerprints? Your prints are all over this place.
It's got them all the way from the actual
Actually,
I did think about that.
yeah, it's been. Desperate to get in.
Is it a new edition? Yeah, basically cut form, so it's all yeah, so it's just page. They're not adding any extra bits, and they do exactly what they had once.
Chris, do we need to shut that door, is it? All right. You mind shutting that door? No, please, thank you. Cameras all good at the back? Yeah, all rolling, yeah, excellent. Zak Crawley, we'll go to James Cole, go ahead.
Almost a perfect way to start the series, Lords, wasn't it? And what feels like a new era. How low can the team improve here going into the second test?
I mean, it was a pretty good performance. We were very happy with how he played across the board. But I think that just the key now is to stick with it. And maybe in the teams gone by in the past, that maybe we've gone away from what works. I think what we can do now is stick with it throughout the whole summer and see where that leads us.
There's a lot of talk of refining basketball, if you like, this aggressive approach. How does that look for you, though, individually as a man?
I think it just revolves around being really present, reading the game really well when you're out there. Maybe at times in India we didn't quite read the game as well as we could have, and you get punished against a team like India. But yeah, the most important thing for us is to back ourselves, keep being brave, and be really present when we're out there.
You've had an aggressive approach when you're batting. Does that change at all?
Say that again, sorry.
You've always been very aggressive with the way you bat at the top of the table. Does that change going forward at all?
No, absolutely not. No, I'm going to continue to be aggressive. I think we all are. I think that's why we've been backed, especially me over a period of time, is that I think we're naturally all quite aggressive players, and I just want to keep backing my instincts, and that is to be quite aggressive. But like I say, at times you've got to read the game and rein it in certain times, but naturally it's going to be quite aggressive. I think we all are.
5 batters made 50 but didn't reach 3 figures at Lords. Is that something that you can work on here? Maybe be a bit more ruthless, do you think?
I don't think so. I'm not a huge fan of the term ruthless when I'm batting. I feel like the harder you try, the worse it gets. A lot of those times when you get out, it's because you're trying too hard to get 100 or a score. I think all our best knocks as a group have come on, like I say, you're just present in the moment and you just keep playing. And sometimes you get some good balls. There's some good balls flying around the other day, but I think you just got to just relax and let it flow, and that's when the really big scores come.
It was an emphatic win, but we've seen the West Indies come back from these positions. How wary are you guys of that and guarding against complacency?
Absolutely, we don't take anyone for granted. They've got some really, really good players who, you know, are very capable of, you know, taking the game away from us. So we've got to be sharp and perform like we did at Lords. It was a really good performance, and we want to back that up again here.
Away from here, Gareth Southgate has announced he's going to step down as England's football manager. Just your reaction to that, if you don't mind, and what sort of legacy you think he will leave, and the impact he's had on the team?
I mean, yeah, I actually didn't know that, but it was awesome to see how united the country's been. Every tournament we've gone well. You know, the pubs have been full, the atmosphere's been awesome around the country, and you know, I've loved it. You know, when I first growing up, we weren't really getting that far, so to see us get to a couple of finals, a couple of semis, has been awesome, and he's got to deserve a bit of credit for that.
Thank you.
Rory, go ahead.
Talking about energising the country and sort of uniting people, can you tell us what it was like after the Lord's Test there? All the fans on the pitch stayed around, it was a big celebration. Did it feel like a good moment of connection?
Absolutely, yeah. It was an awesome moment to be in there in the change room when Jimmy retired, and you know, I'll always remember that. And great at the game, but just an honour to play with him and to see those celebrations at the end. Everyone was so happy for him that he could go out like that, and with all the people there, and he was on the balcony. Obviously, everyone saw that as well. So yeah, it was brilliant.
How do you feel that this team's connection with the fans in the country is? You know, it's something that's been quite front and centre of what Baz and Ben have been trying to do. And last summer, obviously, with the Ashes, you got the head of steam. Do you feel like this team is really close to its fan base?
I don't know, to be honest. That's a good question. I mean, I certainly feel like we get more comments from people outside of the ground, you know, saying like, watched you play last week, loved it and stuff like that, which is awesome to hear. That's what you want. You want people to enjoy watching you play, and I certainly feel that's heightened after the Ashes last year, and yeah, that's what we want. You know, we're here to provide something for the English people to enjoy, and yeah, and hopefully we can keep doing that.
And can I ask, are you expecting Jimmy to turn up as a net baller for you, and turn us all over and keep you honest?
He is, yeah. He said he's going to bowl in the net, so I hope he's going to bowl cross seam. Now, I've faced enough seam up balls from him, so yeah, a few fluffers, a few half volleys. He'll put the ball wherever he wants, I suppose. So just half volleys from now on, I think, Jim.
Zach, as Jimmy retired, Stuart retired in the last summer, do you feel like a bit of a change in the guard in his team? Do you now feel like a senior player, guys like you and Ollie Pope who've been around for quite a long time now, got a few caps? Do you feel like a senior player?
Certainly a change in the guard. It's really good to see some young talent coming in. Gus, Dylan, lots of other guys, Potsy. You know, these guys are really talented bowlers, and I find them hard to face. So they're all going to go well when they get the chance, like Gus did. In terms of senior player, it's weird in our environment. You know, we're a very tight-knit group, and we're all encouraged to add to the environment, help the environment. Even Dylan coming in for his first game, you know, you're encouraged to help everyone around you. So, you know, I feel like we all have that responsibility. So, yeah, of course, I feel like I have a responsibility to my teammates to help them, and but I think that's across the board, to be honest. So, yeah, I don't feel like more than a leader than anyone else.
What about Dylan Pennington? You faced him in county cricket this year, or the Nets last week or so? What do you make?
I haven't faced him in the game, but I faced him in the nets last week, and yeah, he's a really good bowler. Very skillful, hits good area, big lad, and yeah, I think he'll go really well when he gets his chance.
Ali, last one then, please. Oh, no, Bill.
Where's our actually also about Dylan Pennington as well? I'll ask about the 70 odds that you're getting this year. How do you kind of, you said about earlier about not getting too obsessed with three things, etc. So you kind of, you obviously take 70 when you walk out to about zero next year. But how do you kind of feel about that? How can you kick those on?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I haven't given it too much thought, to be honest. I'm just pleased to be playing well and try not to be putting too much pressure on myself. Obviously, you want more runs. You know, you get 190, you want 290. Every time you get out, you're disappointed. That's a given. You know, I don't think I've ever got out and not been disappointed. But you know, you just got to keep being yourself, keep playing your way your game, and hopefully I start getting bigger scores. But we won the game, so I was happy with that. If I'd have got 76 and we'd have lost, I'd have looked back and gone, Jesus, I could have got 150. But we won, so I was very happy with it.
And have you got any ambitions this summer in terms of, I mean, talking about changing the card and the test team, but presumably the white ball team, 2 World Cups now done in the last 6 months. Do you see that now? Do you want to get in that white ball side to face Australia at the end of the summer?
Of course, absolutely. I'd love to. I mean, who wouldn't? So, you know, I've got big aspirations in white ball cricket. you know, I've got to earn my place. I've got to earn my spot with runs and consistent performances, or maybe a couple of really standout knocks. But absolutely, that's certainly in my eyesight. You know, I want to be part of that team.
It's your 45th test tomorrow, Zak, and you've been part of the fixture and fittings now for 4 or 5 years. Your average is about 33, and 40 has always traditionally been seen as the sort of benchmark for international test players. Apart from the obvious answer of scoring more runs, how are you going to make up the shortfall, or does that not matter to you in terms of your average and you know, where you might stand?
Certainly doesn't bother me, the average, no. But you know, I'd like to win more games for England going forward. That's the kind of what I judge it off. You know, I probably, you know, I haven't won that many games. I've played some really good knocks, but you know, that's my main goal going forward, is how many match-winning performances can I get for my team. And you know, I've certainly never looked at my average and gone, oh, I hope I can get one higher or things like that. You know, it's a pretty tough place to bat. They open the bat in England. You know, half your games here, and other places in the world, it's a pretty hard place to bat as well. So you know, I don't get caught up in things like that. Otherwise, I'll get pretty down myself a lot of the time. So you know, I try to keep my chin up and try and win games for England.
So you've got a mindset of just focusing on the team performances rather than as long as you're contributing.
My individual performance, which will help the team for sure, yeah. And like I say, I got 76 last week and we won, so I was happy with that. If I'd have got 76 and we'd have lost, I'd have questioned myself whether I could have got more. But you know, if I get runs and we win, then I see that as I've done my job.
Thank you. So just wait there. Does the ring want to do a separate 5 minutes now afterwards? Okay.
Thank you. Happy days.
Nothing personal. Cheers. James, thank you.